Practicing gratitude has been shared by many experts as an effective way of taking care of our mental, emotional, and even physical well being. But given the challenging time we have right now, it can be hard finding things to be thankful for. So, how can parents raise grateful kids? Hi everyone, my name is Riza and welcome to our Peaceful Classroom. Our Peaceful Classroom is a dedicated space where parents, educators, and other professionals come together to talk about ideas on how to promote positivity and peace in the lives of children and teens. Our episode for today features Father Arun Thomas as our speaker who will share and discuss 10 tips on raising grateful children. He's part of the Carmelites of Mary Immaculate and is currently taking his PhD in Family Studies at Miram College. We are also joined by Ms. Riza Lepasana, a registered social worker from the House of Refuge Foundation as our reactor. Let's listen and learn 10 tips on raising grateful kids.
Hello everyone, thank you Carissa for that introduction and welcome to all the parents who are here with us this afternoon. This is just going to be a very brief webinar and we just like to be able to check in with you on how you're doing. We are all at home, we're all busy, our kids are also at home, and being so sometimes they are very detached from the outside world. So how are we able to, the question for everyone is, how can we still instill in them the value of being grateful when their view or their perspective is quite limited at the moment. So for today, I would like to introduce to you our speaker and our reactor, Father Arun. Father Arun is from one of the southern provinces of India in Kerala. He came to the Philippines in 2019 and here in the Philippines, he lives in San Mateo as guest priest. Currently, he is with us at Miriam College. He is pursuing his PhD in Family Studies. And Father Arun has been a religious priest. He was ordained in 2015, and he belongs to the Carmelite order. And also, I'd like to introduce our reactor. After the presentation of Father Arun, Riza Lepasana will give a little bit of a reaction or her insight on how else we may be able to teach our kids to be grateful in more concrete ways. So Riza is a registered social worker. Currently, she works as an adoption social worker at the House of Refuge Center in Quezon City. So we will hear from her later. So let's not keep everyone waiting and people will just come in, Father. But let's start.
Yes.
Hello, Father Arun.
Thank you, ma'am.
Why do we have to stay at Grandpa's? I don't want to sleep here.
Kevin, it's Thanksgiving. You know it's our family tradition.
Yeah, but this place is a dump. Plus, this sleeping bag is so uncomfortable. I just want to sleep in my own bed.
That is not what's important. At least you're gonna have a roof over your head. You should be grateful for that. You know, some people have to sleep on the street.
Yeah, well, that's not my problem.
Good afternoon, my dear friends. I think, am I audible and clear to you?
Yes, Father, you are. Go ahead.
Yes, ma'am. Thank you so much. We have seen the response, no, of that teenager to her mother. He was telling that, "Oh, that's not my problem. I'm not responsible for that." Dear friends, as we all know, parenting has become, though difficult, but most important responsibility. So, like what we have seen in that video, parenting has it's a challenge to make our children to be grateful kids of this time. Our kids are okay, they're happy, they are perfect, they are playful in their comfort zones. But when we take our kids out of their comfort zone, they easily become fragile, weak, frustrated, not too ready to empathize, not sympathize, empathize with the less privileged, with marginalized. And also, our kids know of this time, they are not aware of their own blessings that they are experiencing or enjoying in their life. So, dear parents, compared to earlier generation, we parents emotionally closer to our kids, because earlier we had a great number, no, maybe in my family, in my family we are three, but in my parents family nearly 8-10 children they were. But now only the number reduced to 2 or 3 maximum. So compared to earlier generation, we are emotionally closer to our kids. You can follow it in the slides. It is difficult now to balance two important tasks of parenting: showing our kids that we love them, and at the same time raising our children with the skills and values they need to be emotionally healthy adults. So that is the difficulty that most parents are facing this time. So can we move to the second slide, Paul? Next slide. Yeah. So the attitude of gratitude. No, the previous slide, Paul. No, the previous. Yeah. The attitude of gratitude, no, breeds at home. Every good qualities, we need to give our children. The best place is home. That's why it is called the attitude of gratitude breeds at home. All qualities, for example, the quality of sharing, the quality of compassion. When we heard some news happened in India, we may be very sorry for those people, but many a time we forget the situations are same here also, maybe under the same roof, in our neighborhood, in our relatives, with among the relatives, people are struggling, but many a time we are not aware of the fact. So we can raise grateful kids at home. So we can raise grateful kids at home. It is said that it is easier to build strong children than to repair broken adults. I repeat, it is easier to build strong children than to repair broken adults. And we know home. Our home is where our story begins, And it is believed that well begun is half done. So the childhood, the time, that's very important. So if we practice gratitude, gratefulness, it gives us a lot of positive things. Just look at the slide. Gratitude shields, protects us from negativity, makes us happier, rewires our brain, eliminates stress, improves sleep, boosts self-esteem and performance, and improves relationship. So many positive aspects, the benefits, if we consciously and regularly practice a grateful heart. So let us move to the next slide, Paul. Hello. Yeah, the question we need to ask ourselves is that, being parents, how grateful we are as parents and elders in our daily lives, and how quickly our gratitude turns into ingratitude. It is our experience, my dear parents. So we are grateful. For example, we have a friend and who had done so many good things to all of us, to us personally, for example to me, and I am very happy for him. But all of a sudden he has done something undesirable, and I may forget all the 99 good things he has done to me, and always starting accusing or blaming him for that one undesirable things. That has become the human nature. Our gratitude turns into ingratitude so easily. So let's move to the next slide, Paul. Yeah, saying thank you. Yeah, we teach our children a social rule. Say thank you. We teach them, say thank you, say thank you. So saying thank you is one of the social rules many parents teach their children. Let me ask you, do we really mean it when we say thanks to someone for something? Do we really mean it when we say thank you? So gratitude is the best medicine. In every religion, in every meditation techniques, gratitude is the best medicine. It heals our mind, our body, and our spirit, and it attracts more things to be grateful for. So that is most important thing. If we are grateful, if we are thankful, what we have in life, it will attract more blessings, and it will attract the things which we are grateful for in our life. So whenever I start my holy mass every day morning, along with the people, I invite them to thank God and people around us for what we are grateful for. Let us thank God for what we have and what we are. So that's my personal experience. Whenever I am grateful for something, more blessings coming into my lives. So, and also it helps us to stay positive and hopeful in life. Next slide, Paul. Yes. How can we reinforce the importance of gratitude in our kids? This is the main question we are going to deal with in this session. How can we reinforce? How can we strengthen the importance of gratitude in our kids? Next slide, Paul. Yeah. This is the first step, first tip. Set an example. Set an example. One of the best parenting strategies we can employ is, my dear parents, modeling the behavior. Modeling the behavior we want our kids to adopt. It is said that we cannot pour out something from an empty cup. No, we cannot pour out, or we cannot share something if that quality does not have a place in my life, in our life. So the same things, modeling the behavior we want our kids to adopt, especially the gratitude. This means stepping up and being even more generous with our own thankfulness. And also we should mean it. We should mean it. Kids, our children, learn a lot from watching their parents. So show them what it means to be grateful by offering a genuine thank you. For example, to a waitress who serves you your food, a helpful neighbor, or someone who holds the door open for you, say thank you, and you should mean it. And also, don't stop there. Includes your kids too. Don't think that, oh, they are minor, or we are parents, we are elders. What is the point in thanking my children? No, it can be taken for granted. No, thank your children also for doing things that are helpful, in order to train them that way, in order to make them grateful, even when they are behaving, our children are behaving in a proper way. So when we thank them, it reinforces the behavior. That's very important. Reinforces the behavior and let them know, let our children know they are appreciated for that. So don't be stingy in showing your appreciation to your kids. Okay, Po. Next slide, Po. So that's what I said. Point out generosity. Be generous in showing your congratulation, showing your love, showing your appreciation, and express your love for your children. And call attention to it when people, others, because your children watching over you, including your kids, do things that go beyond what is expected. Helping without being asked, being especially thoughtful, or taking extra time to do something because it is important to someone. So something your children do in favor of somebody, please notice it, please appreciate them. Okay, Po, next, Po. Yeah, this is my second point. Have a talk. Have a talk. This has tremendous effect, the positive talk. For some kids, especially young children, or those who have trouble understanding emotions. So because they are children, they are not grown up, they are children. So they cannot understand all emotions in a perfect way. So have a talk in your family. It's a family matter. Make it a family matter. Parent and children, husband and wife and children. So it can help to have a talk about how showing appreciation makes other people feel. The content of the talk must be to teach the child that how the appreciation, how the being generous should help others to feel better. For example, try asking your child how he feels when people say thank him or thank you for doing something nice. How does he feel? And then how he feels when somebody don't appreciate him when he did something good. Just ask him a positive way in order to appreciate him. See the picture, have a talk. We should not dictate something we should be with the children with unconditional positive regard, with empathy, in order to teach them. So going over his own feelings, and we are asking him, how does he feel when Papa, Daddy thank you? Or how does he feel when somebody does not thank him in a way? So we are helping him to think over it. Going over his own feelings will help him understand how his behavior affects others and make it easier for him to understand the emotional benefits of being grateful. So this is called in Matthew, Gospel written by Matthew, chapter 7, verse 12, we see a beautiful word of God. It is known as golden rule. In everything, do to others as you would have them do to you. So show your generosity, do it, appreciate, and reciprocate it generously, because both parties, the giver and also the receiver, equally benefit of being generously grateful. So we should practice it in our family. So the third point is find fun ways to say thanks. Fun ways. This is very important point. Find fun ways. For example, if your child is not comfortable talking to strangers, because all are unique, no? So each child is different, no? So we cannot ask one child, oh, you should follow like the other child. No. We cannot do that because all are unique. No. So some child may not be comfortable talking to strangers, or somebody has a hard time expressing himself or herself in writing. So working together as a family, that's the role of the parents, working together to come up with a different way for her to show her appreciation. That's why I repeat the quote I already mentioned. It is easier to build good children, strong children, than to repair broken adults. So, for example, I can say three examples. Daily thankfulness postcards we can make, or gratitude games on and thankful hearts we can make, can be implemented at home to train them to come up in life with a grateful heart. And also reinforce your child the appropriate expression of being and becoming grateful. So we can go some with some details in the next slide about the thankfulness postcards. Next slide, Po. Yeah, see the children with thank you card. Daily thankfulness postcards. Please listen. It is important to teach our kids the importance of not only feeling gratitude but also expressing it. That's the role of the parent. Not teach them about the importance of not only feeling but also how to express it. To that end, being with the child, get a bunch of small postcards. Don't dictate them. Be with the child like a good mother and a father. So get a bunch of small postcards and encourage your children to create brief thank you notes and pictures for people who deserve their gratitude. It's easy. It's not time consuming with the child. We are teaching our kids a quality, an attitude, a best attitude, gratefulness. So it can be done on special occasions like birthdays, postcards. In my family, my niece and nephews, whenever they celebrate the birthday, they are in the first standard to second standard, very small kids. But when somebody is celebrating the birthday, without asking them, they will cut some papers, some hearts they will make, and at the time of cake cutting ceremony, they will gift it, they will present. So that's very beautiful, that is very valuable. We are teaching the kids how to be grateful. Okay, next slide. And this is another gratitude games. Let us say that you are playing, for people in Philippines, they know the game ping pong. So make a new rule that the person serving the ball has to say something he or she is thankful for beforehand. For example, yeah. Or another example, go around the dinner table or wherever inside the house, saying things you are thankful for. That starts with every letter of the alphabet. For example, B for brother, my loving brother, R for rice, C for cheese, S for school, T for teacher, D for daddy. So for example, so anything we can do. So the point is to find a game, that's very important, that is appropriate for your children, appropriate for the age of your children, appropriate for the culture. So expressing thankfulness and interactive experience. Don't dictate, but be with your child. Be with your child and reinforces the behavior, that is parenting. Okay, next slide. Yeah, another example, thankful hearts. Make a bunch of big hearts out of paper, fabric, or whatever materials you have available. Then have your kids decorate them with crayons. Most of the children have this, in their room, it is on their study table, it is crayons, markers, buttons, stickers, and it is up to them to choose people they are especially thankful for, to give the hearts as a gift. Okay. This is another point, share your love. Parents, this is very important, share your love. Encourage kids to think of people who help them. We should encourage people to think of people. We start from God, parents, teachers, drivers, neighbors, farmers, and say thanks with cookies or cupcakes, anything. So to cultivate a habit of gratitude in your children, so ask them to think of people who helped them on that particular day or that week. So encourage them to make small prayer. This can be done, dear parents, a small prayer for everyone, for everything that they are grateful for. The behind of everything, our main aim is to teach kids to have that habit of gratefulness. If our children are going to achieve excellence in big things Of course, they will be excellent in big things in their life. We as parents help and motivate them to develop good habits. Best time is childhood. Develop good habits. It will not take place overnight, but being with your children, ready to spend your time, valuable time with children, and spend habits in little matters while they are children. Excellence is not an exception, it's a prevailing attitude. So making them and giving them are fun, and they help kids see how connected all we are. That is another one most important point. When people, when children are encouraged to engage in such activities, they will get how we all are connected as a family. That's the most important thing. These days, no, many lose that attitude of being connected as a family. So share. This would also help. Share with your child the grateful stories of your past. Being parents, we have our own stories. How we had so much struggles, no, in our days of upcoming, no. So recollect it and share it with your child. So about your past and present, how you are grateful for. This is another point. Put things in perspective. So understanding that not everyone has the same advantages. This is very important. Actually, this point is highlighted in that video. So put things in perspective. And especially we are undergoing a difficult time, no? Last 9 months because of the corona. So help your kids understand not everyone has the same advantages. So it will help them to develop compassion for others and gratitude for their own privileges. So encourage kids to turn their interest into action. That's why I said I have that feeling. A child says, I have a feeling, but we should help our kids to express it, to put it into our action. So if we do so, it will help our child to boost her confidence or give her a chance to give back at the same time. I think I'm clear. Okay, but we can go to the next slide. So get involved. So sometimes if kids are too young to go alone to a helping center or a old age home or orphanage, if our child is not grown up to go alone, or if she is not comfortable dealing with the strangers, parenting is very important responsibility. So you have to find some time to go with your kids to such places. So what is the advantage? Doing it as a family will bring everyone closer. It's a family time. Help make some great memories. Whenever we think the child think at the back, she should have some good memories. So our kids develop a strong sense of community. I already mentioned we are a feeling of connected, that we are connected. So they will experience the joy that comes from making a difference in someone else's people. He or she feels that because of me, because of my sacrifice, there is a change, positive change. There is a smile in someone's face. So that positive attitude can be cultivated with the involvement of the parents with the child. So another point is make gratitude part of bedtime. If you have, my dear parents, small children in your house, you should notice it very well. So gratitude part of bedtime. For example, when you tuck your child in at night, ask your child to tell you 3 things. One thing or 2 things or 3 things, whatever may be, he is grateful for that particular day. That's very important. It has tremendous power. Even if he or she, your child, had a bad day, it will help him, and also it will help you end each day on a positive note. Okay, let's move to the next slide. Yeah. So if we do so, if we help the child to do so, what would happen? We are helping the child to visualize the persons and happy moments for which he is thankful for. So let him feel it in his sleep. So whenever we see some videos or whenever we read, no, before we sleep, naturally those characters, those scenes will come to our sleep. No, so let the child sleep with a grateful heart. The most beautiful things in life are not seen but only felt by heart, only can be experienced. So thank the child, express your love. So this is very important. And in English movies, we see this. They are practicing it. Thank the child, even though they are children. Thank the child and express your love, being parents, by warm hug and kiss. Don't be stingy. Hug them, kiss them before you leave his bedroom. So it gives good and peaceful sleep. It helps us also to feel more optimistic and reduces stress and anxiety. Okay, let's move to the next slide. Next point is give kids credit. Credit in the means rewards. Okay, rewards. Give kids credit. Be mindful of the fact that your child may have her own way. So as I said earlier, every child is unique. So everybody has her own way or his own way of expressing gratitude, even if it does not fit your expectation as a parent. So different kids communicate in different ways. For example, your child may be more comfortable sometimes giving a hug than a verbal thanks, or he might be showing her appreciation by helping you out in the house in some household activities, or later drawing a picture for you. So whatever he is showing, he is expressing, he needs to be appreciated. Okay. So we need to, as parents, we need to understand the unique way of being thankful of our child and also appreciate them. The way you respond right after your child's behavior makes the behavior more or less likely to happen. If your child is doing something in a beautiful way, immediately you should show your appreciation. So give them some reachable or reliable or achievable rewards. It would help get your child to do more of such good things you want her to do. So reward that can happen right after a particular behavior are best. So do not be stingy in congratulating or praising your children. Next point is implement family contributions. So, for example, I can explain this point with an example. I read it in a book. So, in that book, the context is father, mother, and 3 children. They went out for a shop for shopping, and they purchased boots for the kids out of their interest. And the father purchased the boots for his children and kept them. When they reached back, the father kept the boots in a shelf and instructed the children, if you want the boots, you have to work for them. In fact, father and mother tells, we did not buy the boots to take them away, but father said to his children, you have 3 days to pull every weed in the garden. I won't remind you, it's up to you. This job will pay for your boots. This time you are going to earn them. So this is the example. Implement family contributions. Our kids will never suddenly like the task, especially the kids of this age, no. So, but if family contributions become routine, kids are more likely to stop complaining, and they will. Next slide, Paul. The continuation. They will also grasp how frequently certain tasks need to be accomplished, like unloading the dishwasher and folding the laundry, and they will earn a whole new respect for what their parents and caregivers do on a daily basis, and they will be grateful, they will be thankful. Okay, next slide. out. This is very important. If your child is at the age of, he knows how to write, habit of writing gratitude journal or gratitude diary. When kids are older, they might be advised keeping a gratitude journal for daily reflection. Writing about things they are happy about in life, especially before bed, can be therapeutic and help them get a more restful night's sleep. We can also get a big jar for the family and encourage everyone to jot their gratitude. For example, this we can also do it in our home on slips of paper throughout that week. Like take like this a bottle and ask them to write their gratitudes on a slip. And come next slide, po. And when the weekend roll around, when we can read them out loud each other and even make it fun by guessing who wrote that. So we don't have to wait for Thanksgiving Day for showing gratitude. If we habitually focus on what we have and not what we are lacking, we will teach our kids to foster your year-round lifelong gratitude. Okay, po. This is quality time. This is since many parents are working from home with kids studying online, it is easy to think that quality time can easily be achieved. However, being home doesn't necessarily mean spending time together. Children have been just as busy as their parents. That sometimes bonding time is limited, family time is limited to TV night or prayer time at the end of the day. So spending quality time together is like a gift to be thankful for, because others may not have the same luxury of time that you have as a family for various reasons. Okay, this is okay. Yeah, time. So in order to make quality time work, teach kids to be deliberate. Tell your child to deliberate in making time for family. Letting go of gadgets. Ask him to keep the gadgets away and being mentally and emotionally present for each other, because it is family time. So making quality time playful and sometimes silly will mark many wonderful memories to be thankful for later on. Not this time should not be used to criticize each other, but to spend and the positive vibes. Okay, that those are our 10 tips, and I will like to sum up with some points. Okay, for next slide. So parents have to express their love, they're very important, and appreciation towards their children. I'm not going to explain it because we have seen it. Don't hide the realities of life from them. That's very important. Financial difficulties of the family, the sacrifice of the parents for their children. So sometimes the parents hide in order to save the children, not to scare them. But what I said is, let the children know how the sacrifice of their parents. When we compare ourselves with the richer, we cannot find happiness, or we cannot be grateful, and we will start accusing our life. Okay. So teach the children to be grateful in what we have instead of what we don't have, and be grateful for what we have in life. Shakespeare once said, I cried because I had no shoes until I met a man who had no feet. So we have so many reasons to be thankful for in life. So find out those things, have a introspection. So it would help. So family face time, prayer time, mutual sharing in the family, all help us, all very important. So prayer before and after the meals, like what we see in English movies, we see parents sitting together and holding the hands each other and thank God for that particular meal. It would help us to come closer as a family. Okay, for next slide. Okay, encourage the child to count the blessings of life. There are many unnoticed people's effort and hard work behind the food or any service that we daily enjoy. Teach and train your child not to forget the roots. In the sense, our previous generation or the elders in our family, senior citizens, don't forget the roots when they enjoy the fruits. We are enjoying the fruits of their hardships and hard work. That's what I meant. So let us be grateful people instead of being great fools. So one of our priests used to say, be grateful, otherwise you will end up your life as a great fools. Okay. So this is also, it would help us engaging in mental subtraction. It means, just imagine what your life would be like. Just imagine what your life would be like if some positive events had not occurred, it happened, taken place in your life. This is a very powerful tool for being grateful in life. Okay. Yes, so we are going to conclude. Daily reflections done over prayer time is one way to make children gain perspective and realize that while every day can be tiring and exhausting, but there is always something good in each day. The best way to teach gratitude is to, what we said in the first point, model how to be grateful. Children take cues or by observing from their parents. So mean your thank you. You should mean it, you should express it, and let them know what you and yourself are thankful for. So let us start each day with a positive thought and a grateful heart to God the Almighty and to all we are obliged to be grateful for. Let us be grateful people throughout our lives, and let us deposit special care to raise our kids as grateful kids. Yes, we can see some parts of the video.
Just give it to him.
Fine. Excuse me? My mom wanted me to give you this. It's just leftovers, and there's no turkey. So I don't know if you want it, but...
Oh my God. I've been so hungry, and I didn't know I was gonna eat today. God bless you. Thank you so much.
God bless you too. Wow. I didn't expect that.
Okay, thank you very much, Father Aaron. And now we will have a reaction from Riza. Riza is from the House of Refuge. Hi, Riza. Okay, so Riza has, I think she has 4 slides that she wants to show us some pictures of the House of Refuge. This is a concrete way for us to be able to also provide that opportunity for our kids, to show some gratitude by paying it forward. Okay, go ahead, Riza.
Okay, good afternoon, Father Arun Thomas. Thank you so much sa lahat din po ng organizer, and of course to all our participants po na nakikinig ngayon. Thank you so much for having me. This has been a very uplifting and encouraging activity. Well, to start off po, papakilala po muna ako ulit. I'm currently an adoption social worker at House of Refuge. Well, my role po as a social worker, I am responsible for all the cases of our children, either they're for adoption, for family reunification, or for independent living. So we make sure po na malocate po namin yung family ng mga bata. So kung hindi po namin malocate yung family ng bata, that's the time po na we do adoption. Pero syempre po, best pa rin po talaga kung mabalik po namin yung bata sa kanilang family. So I can say po na bago pa lang po ako sa profesyon, mahigit 4 na taon pa lang po akong practicing as social worker. But I can say that I already have a fair share of experience when it comes to working with children with different background and personality. So for more than 4 years po, I had the opportunity to work and interact with different children as a Sunday school teacher, as a preschool teacher, and as a community-based social worker po. And ngayon po, as a adoption or residential social worker sa House of Refuge. And just to give you lang po short background about our foundation, House of Refuge po is a non-government child caring institution. We are located po sa Quezon City, and we are licensed po and accredited by the DSWD to provide shelter and other basic social services to abandoned, orphan, abused, and neglected children ages from 4 years old hanggang 15 years old. So our commitment po to serve House of Refuge po is driven by the desire to nurture the children in the Christian faith and enable them to discover their gifts and purpose in life. So House of Refuge po goes beyond the provision of home atmosphere and basic necessities. And I agree po with everything that Father Arun Thomas shared and discussed. Every child po is really unique and different. And raising children po is very hard. It's really challenging. Lagi ko po itong naririnig sa aming mga house parents and sa aming directress din. Ang house parents po sa House of Refuge, sila po yung mga tumatayong magulang ng mga bata or surrogate parents. Some of them po talagang parent na, but some of them po are single, just like me. And tinitrain lang din po namin sila for positive parenting. So I myself nga po is a single person, but being a single person, I already devoted myself to teaching and parenting the children. So our children po call our house parents nanay and tatay. But sometimes po, they also call me nanay. And ako po personally, it's really an honor to be called nanay. And it is our responsibility to be a good role model to them and learn positive values from us. And I agree din po with Father po na parenting is emotionally and intellectually draining. Sometimes, that is also based on our experience here po sa House of Refuge. But kami po sa house, we always think of what is best and appropriate for each child under our care. And since iba-iba po sila ng pinanggalingan, iba-iba po sila ng experience, and iba-iba rin po kung paano namin sila i-deal. So dito po sa center, our youngest po is 4 years old. And as 4 years old po, alam na niya kung paano mag-thank you. We teach them how to say thank you. We teach them how to say thank you, lalo na kapag binibigyan siya ng favor o kaya naman kapag may binigay sa kanya something. And we always tell them din po na huwag kalimutan mag-thank you. And as adults din po na kaming nangangalaga sa kanila, we always say thank you din. Kasi dapat tama naman po, children needs to hear that from adults around them. And share ko lang din po, during this COVID-19 pandemic, sobrang happy po namin sa House of Refuge kasi yung mga bata po namin, they remain grateful. Even if they cannot go outside, hindi na sila nakakalaro, hindi nakakapunta ng park or even sa school, nananatili po yung gratefulness sa heart nila. Actually, one of our child po, i-quote ko lang, sinabi niya, di ba nanay, dapat magpasalamat tayo kasi kahit may pandemic, nandito pa rin tayo, buhay pa din at kumakain. And kami po, nakakatuwa po, at sino naman pong magulang ang hindi matutuwa na marinig po ito sa isang bata. So, ang mga bata po namin, when they see donors bringing food or supplies, lagi po nilang sinasabi din, sinagot na ng Lord ang prayers namin. And meron din po kaming isang bata, na-mention niya po ito sa akin na, Nanay in everything give thanks. And same din po here at House of Refuge, we teach them how to make thank you cards. Not only for the donors, but to all people they want to thank for. And share ko lang din po, this pandemic po, one of the activity na ginawa po namin is our children po created some thank you cards. So pinadala po namin ito sa mga frontliners or sa mga hospital. So may pinadalan po kaming hospital, yung Santa Ana Hospital. And nakakatuwa po kasi na-notice po ito ni Mayor Isko Moreno, and he posted it in his Facebook account. So that whole activity po last year made a big difference among our children. Na-realize po nila yung worth nila, and it may seem simple and small, but they are happy of what they did. So dito po sa House of Refuge, we instill in their minds that they are not just recipients of blessings, but they can also be a blessing to others. And may kasabihan nga po tayo, ang ginagawa ng matanda, gagayahin ng bata. So tama po, teaching children is to be grateful also about tayo pong mga adults. We need to model this value them and be consistent. So I encourage every parents po na nakikinig and every adults po, let us model gratefulness. So yun lang po, and thank you so much.
Thank you so much for that wonderful sharing, Father Aaron and Ms. Riza. Today's episode reminded us that the best way to teach our kids is by being an example to them, by expressing our own gratitude for the small blessings in our daily lives, showing our appreciation for our kids, and through sharing our blessings and time to others, encouraging them not only to learn gratitude, but as well as compassion. We also learned the importance of making gratitude a part of our daily life through saying grace before and after meals, gratitude journal, or reflection over prayer at bedtime. And of course, our speaker and reactor both emphasize the value of being thankful for each other, especially during these challenging times. Allow me to end with these words shared by Father Aaron. If we habitually focus on what we have and not what we're lacking, you will teach your kids to foster year-round, lifelong gratitude. This has been your friend, Carissa Chua. Thank you for joining us today, and we hope to see you again next time, only here in our sacred space, our peaceful classroom.